we're going to get started on our backs, if that feels okay. And not back to sleep mode. So let's keep our knees bent and our feet on the floor. And we'll just take a few rounds of breath here to just drop into this practice together. If it feels okay, you could close your eyes. We'll just bring some awareness to our breathing. Notice how it's feeling in the body. And as you pull in your next breath, try to pull the breath in just a little bit deeper. Really let the belly button pull away from the spine. And as you exhale, let it soften back down toward the midline. Keep taking those nice deep belly breaths. At the top of your next inhale, as you pull the breath in, hold the breath for as long as it feels okay. When you're ready to let it go, let's open the mouth and exhale it out with an audible. We'll take 2 more rounds like that. Pull the deep breath in. Hold at the top. Exhale to sigh it out. Taking 1 more round, pull the breath in. Hold. On your rhythm, go ahead and sigh it out. Let your breath come back to whatever shape it'd like to be in. And before we begin to take some small movements, if you'd like to set an intention for your practice, or because it's Monday morning, I like alliteration, maybe we can think about what we would like to manifest for this week. What sort of feeling do we want to have as we move through the next few days? If your eyes are closed, we'll start to blink them open. Take some movements in the hands and the feet. And then we'll pull the knees in toward the chest. Give them a nice little squeeze, maybe even round up. Bring the forehead to the knees. And then release the forehead back to the earth. We're going to take just a little spinal twist on both sides. So with knees through center, you'll just inhale here and exhale. Let the knees drift off to the right and bring the arms out at a T. Adjust any way that feels best in the body. We're just taking nice, gentle movements to start to warm up. Mondays can be really tricky. I know they are for me, at least. So gently moving through that sludge is better on my system than trying to shock it into activation. We're going to take it slow and gentle, and then find a little bit of heat at the end of this practice. Go ahead to take the knees back through center and let them drift now to the left. Take another deep inhale here. As you exhale, bring the legs through center, and then we'll squeeze them into the chest again. Round the forehead toward the knees, curl up like a tiny little ball, and then again, release the back of the head to the mat. Bring the kneecaps up over the hips and the hands on top of the kneecaps, and just take some gentle circles in one direction. And then switch and go the other way. And then if it feels okay, we'll go ahead and rock and roll along the spine to come to a seat. You can hold on to the backs of the thighs or hold on to the shins, or skip this rock and roll altogether and just swing the legs around and come up to your Sukhasana or easy seat. So in our easy seat, we'll just want to find those sits bones and then align the back body accordingly, hips over those sits bones, shoulders over the hips, and then raise up through the crown. Just pull the chin in just a little bit. One thing that I am hoping to achieve through these online classes is this meeting of two worlds, right? We have this, yoga is about being able to really feel in our own bodies, be in our own experience, and sometimes, and at the same time, share energy, create energy with other people. I know that for a very long time in a physical class, in person, I had a very hard time turning my attention inward. And so these online classes where we're together, but we're in our own homes, maybe we can roll out of bed still wearing our pajamas. Maybe, I mean, it can be anything that we want. It can be in the safety of our own space and without necessarily comparing ourselves, if that tends to be something that we do to other people, because we're the only people truly in the room. And at the same time, we get to share this experience together. So I'd like to connect us. I'd like to bring us together through our breath and a gentle movement. So let's bring the fingertips out to the sides next to our hips. And we're just going to breathe and move the arms, but we're going to do so at a count, okay? So with our first inhale, we're going to lift those arms out and up to the sky, taking the entirety of the inhale to reach at the top. We're going to exhale to float the hands down, palms face the floor to return to the mat. If you'd like to close your eyes, go ahead and do so. We're going to begin to count now. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that together again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, let's breathe into the top. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the breath. 1, 2. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Let the breathing go. Just come back to your space. Even though we are in separate locations and separate environments, our breath can be linked and we can share this experience together. Okay. Let's go ahead and Shift forward into a tabletop position. Doing all of the checks that we like to do, stacking the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. Belly will be pulled in slightly toward the spine, and gaze is going to be at the floor. Let's take an inhale as the belly pulls toward the earth and the heart shines forward. Tailbone will lift. Exhale, round through the spine. Chin comes to chest, crown of head pulls to the floor. Allow your inhale to draw you forward again into your cow pose. Exhale, round through the back. Continue to move with your breath. Let your inhale pull you forward. And let your exhales round through the spine. We'll stay here for about 5 more rounds. So if you'd like to maybe take some hip circles or shoulder circles, or move the hips, back toward the heels. Just start to really awaken the body nice and slowly. And let's all find our way back to down, or not downward facing dogs, excuse me, tabletop. We'll take a threading of the needle here. So with your next inhale, we're going to peel up the right hand to the sky as we twist toward our right. Exhale, thread that right arm underneath the left. Bring the right cheek to the mat. You can keep your left hand by the face. You can walk it to the top of the mat, or you can take a half bind by extending the arm up and to the right hip. Press into the floor with the back of that right hand and see if we can't find just an itty bitty bit more of a stretch. Send that nice big beautiful breath into the back of that right shoulder blade. If your left arm is at the top or in half bind, go ahead and return it to the mat next to your face. And with your next inhale, peel up the right arm all the way to the sky. Exhale to float it down to the mat. Let's take a round of cat-cow here. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale to float the left arm high. Exhale, thread it underneath the right arm. Take that right hand to the top of the mat or in a half bind. If your right arm is in the bind or at the top of the mat, replace it to the mat next to your face. And inhale, peel the left arm back up to the sky. Exhale, float it down. Let's take a round of cat-cow again. And then find our way back to that neutral spine. We'll tuck the toes, really spread all 10 fingers nice and wide. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, hover the knees, then press the hips back for your first downward facing dog. You can pedal this dog out, bend both knees as deeply as you'd like. Take any movement that would feel good here, just warming up the backs of the legs, the knees, the ankles, the Achilles. For me especially, I went on a hike yesterday and was feeling a little tight. Then settle into your dog for about 3 rounds of breath here. Really press the earth away. Really, and think about pulling the heart or sending the heart to the thighs. We'll turn on that Ujjayi breath out now, the breath that comes in and out of the nose. For this light constriction in the back of the throat, helping us create a little bit of heat. With your next inhale, come to the balls of your feet, gaze at your hands. With your exhale, walk forward to the top of the mat for your forward fold. We'll keep the knees nicely bent here. And grab opposite elbows and begin to sway from side to side. Bring the body into stillness and release the hands to the floor beneath the shoulders. With your next inhale, glide the hands up the shins, bring your back flat and parallel to the earth. We'll pause here as we engage the shoulder blades onto the back. Pull the low belly in and yearn the crown of the head to the front of the mat. Nice, beautiful line of energy, tailbone through crown. Take another inhale, get a little longer in the spine. With your exhale, round the body down over the legs. Bring the hands to the heels and the Achilles. And now with your next inhale, glide the hands up the back of the calves, the knees, all the way to the backs of the thighs. Just a different hand placement to help us maybe activate those shoulder blades. Take another inhale here. Exhale, glide the hands down as the upper body releases. Hold on to the heels a little more firmly and pull the torso in toward the body. Remember, we're taking nice, long, deep breaths here. Your next inhale, last half lift as the hands glide up the backs of the legs all the way to the top thighs. Back becomes nice and flat and belly is pulled in. Take another inhale. With your exhale, release all the way down. Again, hold the backs of the heels or the Achilles and just apply a slight pressure as you pull the torso closer to the legs. Knees can be as bent as they need to be. Now we'll bend those knees a little bit more. Bring the chin in toward the chest. As you inhale next, we're going to roll up into a Tadasana. Stacking one vertebra on top of the next until the shoulders come to align over the hips. Once you arrive in that Tadasana, just give yourself a moment, shake it out. Maybe take some shoulder rolls or head circles, anything that would feel good. And we're going to take some 3 half sun salutations here. So bringing those feet underneath our hips, a little buoyancy in the knees, and tracking that tailbone to the floor between your heels. The palms are going to face forward as the shoulder blades engage on the back. Let's inhale to float those arms out and up to the sky, maybe gaze up. With your exhale, we're going to fold forward with a flat back and soft knees all the way back to that forward fold. Inhale, peel up into that half lift. Hands can be on the floor, the shins or the backs of the legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand with the arms extend out and up all the way to the sky. Exhale, pull the hands to the heart. We're going to do that 2 more times. If it feels okay for you to close your eyes, I invite you to do that too. It just allows us to turn our attention even more inward. Let's inhale to extend the arms out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand, flat back, soft knees, arms out and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do that 1 more time. Inhale, ground down, lift out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand, extend the arms out and up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart. So take a pause here and just check in with how it feels in the body. And we'll blink our eyes open and we'll start our first little flow. Okay, we're going to inhale to extend those arms out and up. Exhale, find that forward fold, just like we did. Say hello to my kitty cat, Peaches. Inhale to that half lift. Exhale, we're going to step the left foot back in space and lower the knee to the earth. We're going to come up into a low lunge, so hands can be on the hips or heart center or above the head. We're going to plug that right foot into the earth and pull it back so we engage in through the legs. We're going to settle in here for just about 3 rounds of breath. Let's inhale to extend those arms high to the sky. As we exhale, we're going to straighten that right leg as our hips come back over that knee, and we begin to hinge forward. We can begin to round that back as much as we want, and keeping a little softness in that right knee will keep it a little safer. You can curl through the body here, let the chin come into the chest, just really opening up the back of that leg. Take another round of breath here. We'll begin to flow between those two postures. With your next inhale, bend that right knee, come back up into that low lunge. Exhale, float the hands down over the straightened right leg. 3 more times, just like that. Inhale, find the low lunge. Exhale, half split. Let your breath initiate your movement. Again, if it feels safe for you to do so, you can close your eyes and just really bring your attention inward. We've got 1 more. We're going to meet back up in that low lunge, but there's no rush. So whenever you get there, find yourself here. We're going to exhale, bring the left hand to the floor and tuck the right toes. Sorry, the left toes. Tuck your left toes. Come off of that left knee, and then plugging that left hand into the mat, we're going to spin our body open to the right. Right arm extends high. I'll turn myself this way so I'm not. Keep sending energy out that back left heel. Take another breath, reach up through that right hand. As you exhale, float that right hand down and step both feet back into a plank. We're going to bring the knees down to the earth, create a straight line from the knee to the shoulder, and bring the hands right underneath your shoulders. We're going to take 3 chaturanga push-ups. So we'll take an inhale right here. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Exhale, press the earth away. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Last time, inhale, lower, let the elbows graze the ribs. Exhale, press. And this time we're going to inhale, lower the whole body to the mat. Release the legs long, engage the legs so much so that the kneecaps are lifted and the tops of our feet are plugged into the floor. All 10 toes are really pressing into the mat. Keep the hands next to the chest. Release the forehead to the mat. Engage the shoulder blades onto the back. With your next inhale, peel up, baby cobra, forehead, chin, and chest. Exhale, lower. Right away, inhale again, baby cobra, forehead, chin, and chest. Exhale to lower. Last one, inhale, baby cobra. Pause here at the top. Cover the hands off of the earth. Take another round of breath. Exhale, lower all the way down. Release the engagement in the legs. Maybe give them a wiggle from side to side. We'll go ahead and tuck your toes. Press up on hands and knees through tabletop. Then send the hips to the sky for your downward facing dog. You can walk out your dog, do whatever you'd like. And then we'll settle in here and inhale, take the weight into the balls of your feet, gaze at your hands, and exhale, step or maybe hop to the front of your mat. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. And this time we're going to step the right foot back in space and lower that knee to the earth. Low lunge on the other side. So bringing our hands up to our hips, heart center, or above the head. Settling in here for 3 rounds of breath. Your next inhale, really extend up through the ring fingers. As you exhale, begin to straighten that left leg as the hips come over the right knee. The body curls down over the leg. Pause here for a few rounds of breath. Now we'll begin to connect those 2 movements. With your next inhale, bend that left knee, rise back up into the low lunge. Let your exhale initiate the half split as you fold over the straightened left leg. We'll take 2 more rounds just like that. Actually, 3 more rounds just like that. Inhale to lift. Your exhale folds you forward. Continue moving with your breath, taking nice full deep breaths down into the belly. I've got 1 more right here. And then we'll both meet up in that low lunge, but just take your time. Finding ourselves in the low lunge. We're going to take that side twist on the other side. So we're going to plant the right hand to the inside of the left foot, tuck the right toes under, and come off of that right knee. Okay, so feel a nice deep stretch in the front of that right leg right away. And then with your next inhale, we're going to peel the left arm up into the sky as we twist toward the left. Breathe into the sensation in the body that's calling for your attention. And then really send a lot of energy out that right heel. One more deep breath. Reach through that left hand. Exhale, float it down. Step back into your plank. Chaturanga push-ups. You can stay on your toes or come down to your knees. If you're on your knees, make that nice straight line from knee to shoulder. We'll take a deep breath in right here as we lower to hover above the earth. Elbows graze the ribs. Exhale, press the earth away. 2 more times. Inhale to lower. Exhale, press. Last one, inhale, lower. And exhale, press. Okay, inhale, we're going to lower all the way to the floor. And we're going to take baby cobra and then upward facing dog. So starting with baby cobra, we'll zip those legs together, plug all 10 toes into the mat, kneecaps are lifted, hands next to the chest. Inhale, peel up, forehead, chin, and chest, baby cobra. Exhale to lower. 2 more times. Inhale, peel up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, last time, find your baby cobra. Stay at the top. We're going to tuck the toes, press into hands and knees as we come up through tabletop, and send the hips all the way back for child's pose. Knees can be as wide as the mat or they can stay to touch. We'll be here for just a moment before we come into our upward facing dog. If it feels good to rock your hips from side to side, or really just do anything that feels good in the body right now. We'll take a cleansing breath together. Let's inhale in through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Inhale, rise back up into your tabletop. If your knees were wider, go ahead and pull them back underneath the hips. And then keep lowering the body all the way to the floor, keeping the hands underneath the shoulders. Legs are going to go long and strong, and we're going to press into the floor with the tops of the feet like we did before. And then see if lifting the knees off of the earth, really pressing in with the tops of those feet, engaging through the legs, shining the heart forward, pressing the earth away. This is our upward facing dog. Take another round of breath here. Exhale, lower the knees, send the hips back, child's pose. We're going to do that 2 more times. I like to sway my hips from side to side to release any tension in the low back. Let's inhale, rise back up into tabletop, bring the knees underneath the hips, send the hips to the floor, engage the tops of the feet into the mat, bring the knees off of the earth, hips are lifted, heart shines, upward facing dog. Press the earth away, get lots of space between your shoulders and your ears. Take another round of breath. Exhale, lower the knees, send the hips back. Child's pose. We'll do that 1 more time. But instead of coming into child's pose, we're going to transition up into downward facing dog. Let's inhale back through tabletop. Keep lowering the hips to the earth. Engage the tops of the feet to the mat. Lift the knees off. Upward facing dog. Take another round of breath here. As you exhale, pull the belly toward the spine. Begin to lift the hips to the sky as you roll over the tops of the feet to find your downward facing dog. Walk out your dog or just hold it in stillness. Let's inhale, come to the balls of our feet, gaze at our hands, and exhale, walk or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's come all the way to stand. Extend the arms out and up. Back is flat, arms overhead. And exhale, pull the hands down in front of your heart. Our next little flow before we come down to the floor, we're going to start in tree pose. So we're going to bring the weight into our right foot and begin to find our variation. So we can be in kickstand, we could be at our calf, or we could be up into the inner thigh. Just always making sure that we're not putting pressure on the knee. And then hands can be at prayer or hips or above the head. So find your variation of tree. Then identify a spot in front of you that's unmoving that you can bring your gaze to. And then come back to your breath. Nice, full, deep inhales and exhales. Your next inhale, we're going to release that tree pose, but keep that left leg lifted in a one-legged Tadasana. And then we're going to inhale here in one-legged Tadasana, get tall in the spine. As you exhale, send the left foot to the back of the mat. And we're going to spin that left foot at a 45 so that we find ourselves in warrior one. So I like to open up my right foot out to the right and my left out to the left, so I have a wider base for my hips to have space. Both hip bones should be facing forward. If this feels uncomfortable in the body, you can always come into a high lunge, okay? Hands again, find the the variation for them, hips, heart center, or above the head. You're going to settle in for 3 breaths. With your next inhale, let's pull the arms high to the sky. We'll begin to straighten that right leg and hinge at the hip as we drop the body to the inside of that right leg. If you have something around you that you can place your hands on, you can go ahead and do that. Or just hold onto the lower right leg, but not the knee. And we can always walk that left foot forward to make this stance a little bit shorter. This is our pyramid pose. Release the top of the head to the floor, bring the chin in toward the chest. And just be mindful that we don't lock out that right knee. Keep a little bit of a softness in it. And then settle into the intensity of that back right leg. Bring some awareness to the pinky edge of that left foot and see if you can't plug it into the mat just a little bit more and help you bring that left hip forward just a smidge. Take another round of breath here. As you exhale, bring both hands to the inside of the right foot, bend that right knee slightly. We're going to walk our body toward the left and parallel our feet toward the side of the mat. So we're in a wide-legged forward fold, feet are parallel. And we're just going to grab opposite elbows here and just sway from side to side. Bring the hands to the floor beneath the shoulders. And we're going to come into Skandasana here. So left foot is going to angle toes out. And we're going to send the hips down toward the left heel as the right toe comes toward the sky. So you can stay up in a straddle, or you can bring the hips all the way down and let the right toes track toward the sky. Ooh, feel a nice deep stretch in that inner right leg. We'll take another deep round of breath here. Your next inhale, come back up into that wide-legged forward fold and continue to walk your hands to frame the front foot. Spin both toes toward the front of your mat and we'll step back into a plank. Holding plank here for 5 breaths. You can be down on your knees or stay on your toes. Engage the whole front body. We have just a few more seconds here. With your next inhale, press back, downward facing dog. We'll rise to the balls of our feet, gaze at our hands. With your exhale, step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, peel up into your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Extend those arms out and up. Exhale, pull the hands down in front of your heart. Okay, we'll do the same thing on the other side. So bringing that weight into the left foot, we'll bring our right foot into our tree variation, kickstand, calf, or inner thigh. Hand positions can be wherever you'd like them to be. Find your drishti, and then find your breath. We'll be here for 3 rounds of breath. With your next inhale, we're going to lift that right leg into one-legged Tadasana. So thigh parallel and right toes pulled back toward our face. We'll take a nice deep inhale here in Tadasana. Get long in the spine and tall. As you exhale, send that right foot back to the back of the mat and 45-degree that foot. And then if you want to open up your stance to the right and left, go ahead and do so and have a nice little bend in that left knee. Okay. Finding your arm variation again, find your breath. We'll be here for 3 rounds. Your next inhale, let's float those arms high to the sky. With your exhale, begin to straighten that left leg as we hinge at the hips and then round the body down toward the floor. You can walk that right foot forward a little bit for a shorter stance here. And then keep some softness in that left knee so that we don't lock it out. And then send the breath to wherever the back of that left leg is telling you it needs it. One more deep round of breath here. Fill up the whole back body. Exhale, soften. We'll inhale to walk the hands toward the right as we parallel the feet to the long edge of the mat again. This time, let's hold on to the backs of the calves. Find a little bit of softness in the knees and just gently pull on the back of the legs to bring the torso closer into the body. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders onto the mat. We'll take Skandasana on this side now. So right toes will point out at a 45-degree as we begin to bend that right knee and lower the hips toward the right heel. Bringing the right heel off of the earth and the left toes up to the sky. Hands can stay on the floor. You can practice a little balance by bringing one hand up and then the next. Just send the breath where it needs to go. Take one more full round of breath right here. Let's inhale, come back up into that wide-legged forward fold. Then keep walking the hands to frame the left foot and step that left foot back into a plank. We're going to take a little abdominal activity here. So we'll stay up on our toes for this one. We'll take an inhale here, press the earth away. As you exhale, lower the knees to the earth and return them back to straight. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower and lift. Inhale it straight. Exhale, lower, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lower, lift. Last one, take an inhale. Exhale, lower, and lift. Nice job. Bring both knees to the mat. Step back into your child pose. Take another deep breath in here, inflating the back body. As you exhale, walk the hands back toward the knees as you round up through the spine and come to sit over the heels. Okay, we're going to come into Baddha Konasana. So we're going to bring our sits bones to the floor, bring our knees wide and our soles to touch. Before we begin to fold, let's just find some length, the back of the body, the crown. As you exhale, begin to shift forward and then allow the body to round down toward the feet. You can bring your elbows to the inside of your feet and your palms to your forehead if that feels more supportive, or just letting the head be heavy like a bowling ball and creating a lot of nice traction in the back body can also feel really nice. We'll be here for 5 rounds of breath, so just really let your body melt into the shape. See if you can't loosen up those shoulder blades and let them kind of slide off the back of the body. Take one more round of breath here. And with your palms facing the floor, let them assist you as you walk them back toward the hips and you curl up through the spine. And come to sit. Take a seated spinal twist and then we'll come all the way down to the floor. So we'll extend the left leg long, bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh or the outside. Before twisting, find some length in the spine. Inhale here through center. As you exhale, begin to twist toward your right. You can hug on to that right knee with the left arm, or you can pin the elbow on the outside. Just bring the right arm behind you and place it on the ground behind your tush. Allow it to help find length in the spine so that we don't hunch our shoulders and round the spine, but keep it nice and tall. Let your exhale twist you into the shape. One more big inhale here. Exhale, we'll come back through center. Release that right leg, maybe give the legs a little shake. And then we'll bring that left knee to the inside or the outside of the right thigh. Find your nice long spine first. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist toward the left, hugging or pinning that left leg. Plugging the left arm into the floor behind you and finding length on your inhale and twist on the exhale. One more deep breath in here. As you exhale, come back through center. Release both legs, give them a little wiggle wobble. Then we're going to come down onto our backs. So let's make our way down to the floor. If you're outside and you want to grab a blanket, you can do that or do anything that might feel good. We're going to be in Shavasana for just a short amount of time before coming up into a little meditation before closing practice. So just make yourself as cozy as you can. Take a nice little body scan from the top of your head to your feet, just asking each part of your body to soften, releasing tension held in the face, in the shoulders and arms. Melting away any tension being held in the belly or hips. Letting the legs become soft. Letting the feet relax. Let a softness just wash over you with each inhale. And let anything that needs to be released with your exhale. You'll hear my voice again in just a few minutes. Pull a deeper breath down into the body. Find some movement in your hands and feet. If it feels good, you can take a nice big body stretch. And making your way into a seated posture and taking your time doing so. There's no rush, just knowing that we're gonna make our way there. You can roll to one side or rock and roll along your spine, whatever feels better. Once you come up into that seat, we're just going to close our practice with a mini metta meditation on Monday. So it feels okay. I invite you to close your eyes. Your hands can rest wherever they would like to be. Let's just take some nice deep belly breaths together, just pulling the breath down in and letting the air out slowly. A couple more just like that. Pull a deep breath in. Exhale to soften. One more breath. Exhale, let it go. Let your breath return, be in any shape that it would like to be in. And in a metta meditation, we essentially are sending love out into the world and to ourselves. So this first visualization, I'd like you to bring to mind someone or something that you love so, so dearly. Feel or see that person next to you, or be with that thing or in that place that just fills you with love and light. Let that feeling absorb through your body, let it radiate. And then imagine sending that feeling to this person or this thing or this place and saying to them, may you be safe. May you be safe. May you be happy. And may you have peace. Imagine sending this love and repeating those words to this person or this thing or this place. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you have peace. And now bring to mind somebody that you know as an acquaintance, maybe somebody that you see at the grocery store or you've seen on a hike, but you don't know them well. Bring that person to your mind's eye. And repeat the words to them. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be at peace. Imagine sending them this loving energy and repeating those words to them. Now I'd like you to bring to your mind's eye somebody that you have tension with. Maybe this is somebody that you don't even personally know, but somebody that you disagree with, somebody that maybe riles you up or you're just at odds with. Could be somebody you know, it could be somebody that you don't know, but bring that person, invite that person into your mind's eye. And sending them that same loving energy you did with your first visualization. Say to this person, may you be safe. May you be happy. May you be at peace. And finally, I'd like you to bring an image of yourself. Maybe it's the image that you see in the mirror in the morning. Or maybe it's the image of you as a small child. But invite that little you or that current you into your mind's eye. And again, sending yourself that
loving light. Say to yourself, may I be safe. May I be happy. May I be at peace. Take another deep breath into the belly. Hold it at the top. And when you're ready, sigh it out the mouth. Let's bring the hands to our heart center. Begin to rub the palms together. Create a little heat in the system. And then rest the palms over the eyes and let the fingertips rest on the hairline. Sending warmth down over the body and sealing in our practice. And then we'll pull the hands away from the eyes, return them to heart center. We'll end today's practice with the sound of Om. If you'd like to join me, you're more than welcome to. And if you'd like to pass, that's okay as well. We'll take a collective round of breath together. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out the mouth. And inhaling for the sound of Om. The darkness in me sees and honors the darkness in you. The light and divine in me sees and honors the light and divine in you as well. I hope you have a magical Monday.